What is up with it, everyone? Paul from Sunless Productions here, and today we're going to be going over Donna Beneviento. Last episode we went over Salvatore Moreau, and the episodes before that we went over the other two lords. So here we are, and we're going to explain Donna and Angie Beneviento to you guys. So to start it off, let's get into her backstory. Donna and Angie Beneviento, the black-cloaked woman and sadistic doll of the North. Beneviento is a descendant of the Berengario, a mutant said to have settled the village with three other houses from which the other three lords are descendants of. Throughout Donna's life, her family began to fall apart. Bernadette, Donna's sister, was lost to the Cadau experiments by Mother Miranda, and her parents committed suicide. Another family member, Claudia, also died. Whether she was a daughter or a sister is unknown. Due to a mental illness, Donna had deep-seated social anxieties that kept her isolated and made her prefer using her doll, Angie, to speak. Due to her father creating Angie for her, Donna spent most of her life creating dolls to be friends and family to a lonely Donna. Eventually, Donna was implanted with the Cadau. Unlike Bernadette, though, Donna survived the implant. Keeping her physical traits unlike Moreau, she was able to create a flower that caused hallucinations once breathed in. Unfortunately, Mother Miranda still saw Donna as a failed vessel with just a lot of mental illness to partake in. So, with the note inside of Miranda's lab, she did say this about her. Subject name Donna Beneviento. Cadau affinity favorable. Brain functions normal, although severe mental illness. Physically, she is no different from a regular human. However, she can secrete a signal-producing substance which controls plants infected by the mutamycete. When humans absorb the pollen from a particular flower, she can cause them to have hallucinations. However, she is mentally underdeveloped and has divided her Cadau among her dolls in order to control them from a distance. An unfit vessel for Ava. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and head into her actual story in Resident Evil Village. Ethan is introduced to Angie and Donna at the church meeting after he gets captured. Using Angie to communicate during the meeting, Ethan awakens to her staring him down. Throughout the meeting, Donna is mostly quiet except for when Heisenberg and Dimitrescu get into an argument. After Ethan kills Alcina Dimitrescu and recovers her flask, he makes his way into the Beneviento's area. Upon entering Beneviento's area, Ethan accidentally breathes in the pollen from the hallucinogenic flowers. Donna uses Mia and Rose to torture Ethan mentally as he makes his way to the Beneviento estate. Once entering the estate, it appears to be abandoned. Ethan makes his way down to the basement where he encounters Angie holding her flask. Angie steals Ethan's gear, leaving him with nothing. After solving a series of puzzles, Ethan is chased down by a baby fetus monster, which is his own rendition of Rosemary. Ethan escapes the baby fetus monster and heads back upstairs. Once upstairs, the estate is now filled with dolls all throughout. Ethan enters the living room to find Angie waiting for him. She attacks him, telling him to come find her. Ethan follows her voice, finding her a total of 3 times while also stabbing her as well. Ethan kills Angie by stabbing her through the head with a pair of scissors. It's then revealed that he was actually stabbing Donna instead. Killing Donna allows for Ethan to get his Nest flask and for the hallucinations to subside. Now, there isn't too much known about Donna and Angie Beneviento, such as Salvatore Moreau. She's kind of underdeveloped other than the other two lords that were more fleshed out. But with all of that being said, and going off of, we do know that she is more psychological towards her enemies. We also know that she kind of brings a little bit of tension to the air, as well as a little bit of comedy to the air whenever she is using Angie, almost like she's childlike, like her mind never fully developed into a grown woman, rather stayed very childlike with the way Angie speaks. And with all of that being said, there isn't much else to go off of from her. So, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe for more content and more Resident Evil Village content. And we'll see you guys in the next video. And without further ado, goodbye, and remember to be timeless.